In the world of business, success is often measured in billions. But sometimes, those billions are built on something far less real. In 2019, a company valued at $47 billion stood at the top of the world. And just weeks later, it almost disappeared. This is not just a story about failure. This is a story about illusion. The story begins in 2010 with a simple but powerful idea. What if office space wasn't just a place to work, but a place to belong? The idea was called WeWork, a shared workspace designed for startups, freelancers, and dreamers. Modern offices, flexible contracts, and a sense of community. It wasn't just selling space. It was selling a lifestyle. The idea spread quickly, from one building to dozens to hundreds. Cities across the world became part of its network. Investors saw something big, very big. Billions of dollars started flowing in. And leading the charge was SoftBank, a company known for betting on the future. With each investment, WeWork grew faster, and its valuation kept rising. $10 billion, $20 billion, $47 billion. It was no longer just a company. It was a phenomenon. At the center of this phenomenon was Adam Neumann. Charismatic, visionary, unpredictable. He didn't just talk about offices. He talked about changing the world. To some, he was a genius. To others, he was selling a dream. And people were buying it. Not just customers, but investors, employees, and even the media. On the surface, the model looked simple. Lease large office spaces, renovate them, and rent them out in smaller pieces. But underneath, there was a problem. WeWork signed long-term leases, but offered short-term rentals. If customers left, the costs stayed. And those costs were massive. Billions of dollars in losses. But the story didn't stop there. WeWork didn't present itself as a real estate company. It called itself a technology company. Why? Because tech companies get higher valuations. And that narrative worked. For a while, investors believed, the world believed, that this was the future. Then came the moment of truth. The IPO. The point where everything had to be revealed. Financial documents were opened. And suddenly, the illusion cracked. Losses were enormous. Governance was questionable. And the business model didn't make sense. Investors pulled back. Confidence disappeared. The IPO was canceled. And the valuation collapsed. From $47 billion to a fraction of that. Almost overnight. The company that once looked unstoppable was now fighting to survive. And what about the man at the center? Adam Neumann stepped down, but he didn't leave empty-handed. He walked away with hundreds of millions, while the company struggled to stay alive. WeWork wasn't just a business failure. It was a lesson about hype, about storytelling, and about how perception can shape reality. In the secret economy, value is not always what it seems. And sometimes, the biggest empires are built on belief.